Good morning. Good to see everyone and all of you that are joining us online. Let's sing a morning song together. We're going to start in the Till Hymn book, Jason Shelton's The Fire of Commitment, hymn number 1028. And if you're joining us online, the lyrics can be found in the chat. For those of you here in person, I invite you to stand or sit. However, you sing the very best, and let's do it together, shall we? The Fire of Commitment.
Good morning. Welcome to the Olympia UU congregation. Our community envisions an interconnected world that is loving, just, and healthy. We commit to live out our mission to welcome and wonder, embrace and empower, bridge and become. Thank you for joining us today. My name is James Trujillo. I use he, him pronouns, and I am a member of the worship arts team. Leading worship with me today is our minister, Reverend Mary Geer, Troy Fisher, our music director, and Karmel Shields, chair of the OUUC Stewardship Drive. Here's a few things you should know about our service today. We are streaming live on Zoom and YouTube, and the service is being recorded. For those here in the sanctuary, you can see subtitles on the screen in front. We are a multi-generational community, and we value our young ones. Kids, babies, and teens are welcome in the sanctuary. We have fluffy chairs in front so you can be almost as comfortable as those at home online. There is also nursery care and a storytime program for children in the classroom wing. We are grateful for the many hands that help make worship happen this morning. Thank you to the ushers and greeters, the kitchen crew, and all who contribute in so very many ways. After the service, everyone will have the chance to discuss reflection questions offered by Reverend Mary. For those online, we invite you to go into a breakout room for a virtual coffee chat. For those in person, please feel free to stay for coffee and fellowship in the Commons. At 11:30, after the coffee chat, please return to the main room or sanctuary for Melanie Ransom's talk show. Today's guest is Marie Arensmeyer. Change is constant, and we need to hear from you. This week is your last chance to add your voice to the OUUC survey about service times and programming on Sundays and Thursdays. You can find the link in the chat and in the Tuesday update on the website. Lastly, OUUC will host 2 Labyrinth walks this coming weekend. There will be an open walk for all ages from 4 to 7 p.m. on Friday. We'll also host a Labyrinth workshop on Saturday from 9:30 to noon. No experience required, and those with mobility challenges are welcome. You can find more information on the OUUC website. There are so many things happening at Olympia UU. Check out the Tuesday electronic update or the website for the most up-to-date information. Now, let us open our minds to the wonder of life, embrace loving kindness, and work to build bridges to a better tomorrow. This morning, we join Unitarian Universalist congregations around the world in lighting a chalice, the symbol of our faith tradition. Please join me as we light our chalices together with the words of Laura Wallace. As frozen earth holds the determined seed, this sacred space holds our weariness, our worry, our laughter, and our celebration. Let us bring seed and soul into the light of thought, the warmth of community, and the hope of love. Let us see together, hear together, and love together.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Mary, and I use she, her pronouns. Our opening words for today are offered by the Reverend Teresa I. Soto, titled Celebrating Abundance. All that we are, together and individually, is part of the abundance of the universe. We are made of stars. We are made of earth. All that we have comes from earth, from the labor of those in our communities, from the cities, farms, and oceans that enliven us, the world and those who live in it. We are surrounded by blessing, by grace, by possibilities. We are reflected in every other human being. We respect and honor one another's differences. We celebrate our interbeing with abundance and the practice of generosity. Come, let us worship together.
Gather here in the mystery of this hour. Gather here in one strong body. Gather here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. The words are up here if you need them. Gather here in the mystery of the hour. Gather here in one strong body. Gather here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Let's sing around, shall we? Sopranos, will you sing with this section of congregation? And altos, will you sing with this section? And basses and tenors and all of us up front will be number 3. Okay? We'll sing it through 3 times. You have to have a common beat going. Gather here. Okay, here we go. Group 1 starts. Ready? And
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle of the body, scattered here in the strong body, gathered here in the mystery of the hour. Gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle of the body, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body. Gathered here in the struggle of the body, gathered here as one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near.
best round ever at OUUC. Thank you.
Our spiritual theme for the month of March has been commitment. OUUC member Gary Worthington offers his reflection on this theme.
To me, the commitment is a promise. It can be either an express one or an implied one, but it can also be a matter of a firm intention, I think, which is pretty much a promise to oneself. So, if you think about it, the world runs on commitments. There's a web of commitments. Society as a whole, and everything from government down to the church, it's all operating on a web of commitments that people have made to each other for various reasons. Well, Sandra and I, my wife and I have been married for 54 years, so we're obviously committed to each other. We've been members of OUUC for 29 years, so pretty clear we're committed to the church also. For me personally, I've engaged in a number of volunteer roles with the church. The main one for the last 8 years has been adult education. I've both taught classes and assisted other people in presenting them, and then for the last 4 years or so, I've been chair of the adult ed team, although I'm now transitioning out of that. And of course, with regard to the church, it means supporting it financially, as well as volunteering. And outside of OUUC, we've been committed to a number of long-term projects. For around 30 years, Sandra and I have partnered with an organization in the desert of India, financing schools and medical facilities. And many of the people in the congregation know about our long-term project to turn the land where Sandra grew up in a waterfront resort on Camino Island into a state park. So it took us 18 years to do that, and over 200 meetings, and that doesn't include all the lobbying at the legislature. So obviously we were committed to that once we got going on it. A lot of other people were committed to it also, which helped. And in my own case, I always wanted to write historical novels, and I committed myself to writing a couple of large novels set in India, and it ended up being a 20-year project, but I was committed to it, and I did it. So, so I guess that's part of commitment is once you promise to do something, either to yourself or to others or both, you follow through on it. I guess from my own experience, it's not always easy to follow through with the commitments. Anything major that's worth doing, it seems like it takes a long time and quite a bit of effort. Yeah, I know Sandra and I adopted a son who'd been badly abused, and that turned out to be a very long-term commitment and one of the most difficult times of our lives. But I think it turned out well. And any of the people who've raised children know that is a long-term commitment. And once you get started with it, you pretty much have to follow through with it. So yeah, I guess that's one of the hardest things about commitment sometimes is just the fact that it can take a long time if you've got a project that's worth doing or any other endeavor. And yeah, and just making sure you do follow through with it. I try not to commit to anything personally unless I feel like I can follow through with it. And so once I'm committed, I sort of feel like I'm stuck with it, even if I sometimes wish I hadn't been. But I'm sure we all find ourselves in that position. Well, our church community obviously depends on commitments, not only the volunteer commitments, but the financial ones, and the commitments that all of us as members make, pay for the wonderful committed staff. The staff is very committed to fulfilling the mission of the church. That's obvious to anyone who's been around for very long. Yeah, and there's so many roles that the volunteers play in the church that they're committed to. I won't even try to mention any of them because there are just so many, and I know I'd miss some major ones. But obviously there is that financial commitment, and long term, many of us have made a commitment to the church and our wills. Sandra and I've done that, and I know a lot of people have also. So OUUC's visions, a loving, just, and healthy world, and that involves commitments by all of us to work toward making that happen.
Each Sunday, we express our gratitude by joining together in service to our community and to something greater than ourselves. The offering collected here does two things. It supports the ongoing work of Olympia UU, which is also supported by your regular pledges. This offering supports an organization that serves our community in harmony with our Unitarian Universalist values. Our Share the Plate organization for March and April is Hands-On Personal Empowerment, or HOPE. HOPE engages Mason County youth to become empowered, productive members of their local community and the world that they will inherit. HOPE teaches job skills, leadership, communication, social justice, nutrition, and health, all through a garden modality. All produce grown in the Hope Gardens is used for their farm-to-table cooking program and sent home with all participating youth and donated to the free food hub and local food banks. You can participate in the offering by making a donation online through the church website or by texting the number that will appear on your screen. You can also mail a check to Olympia UU or place your offering in one of the baskets being passed by the ushers. Let us now invest in our values as we pool our resources to make a positive difference for all.
just, whew. Yeah. Thank you so much for bringing beauty into the service today. And thank you all for your generous gifts in all the ways that you give. We came together this morning bringing all that is in our lives, and it's a lot right now. Let's open our hearts to the complexity of life as we place stones into the water of community. You will hear a drumbeat as we share today. It brings into our awareness that our individual hearts beat, and together we create the heartbeat of our community. Right now, I invite us all to take a breath together, in and out. And let's open our hearts to receive the complexity of all that is in our lives and communities today. We extend our hearts to our Muslim siblings as they entered the holy month of Ramadan this last Wednesday. For those who follow Islam, this is a month of spiritual practice focused on generosity and compassion. May this month be one of insight and other blessings. Nancy May shares that she entered into hospice care this week. She is doing well at home and so appreciates the support for herself and her family, especially her son Mark and daughter Sherry, who are her caregivers. Nancy, we extend you and your family our love and support as we accompany you on this next part of your journey. And Abigail Phillips asks for prayers for her dad, Jason Phillips, as he faces chronic and serious disease brought on by COVID. Jason has a new diagnosis that is hard for him and for his family. Abigail, know that we are here for you, and we are sending care and love to your dad and to your family. For those online, I invite you to share from your heart by entering in the chat. This is a time to share all that you wish, joys and sorrows and everything else in between. Those in the sanctuary can see your sharing on the screen. And for those in person today, I invite you to come forward if there is something you would like to bring into the care of this community. You may place a stone in the water as you hold your sharing in your heart. So let's hear the heartbeat of our community and reach out our hearts in love and care to all those who share today. We'll place a stone in the water for all that has been and is being shared online, shared from the heart. And we'll place one more stone in the water for all that we hold in our hearts and that remains unspoken. Please be in whatever way is comfortable for you for breathing and a simple movement. And please take this as an invitation to move in whatever way is comfortable for your body. So let's just take a breath together. In and out. And as you breathe, notice the air as it enters your nose or mouth. Notice your chest or belly as they rise. And as you breathe out, notice the air as it leaves your nose or mouth and your chest or belly as they lower. And just notice the miracle of breath, the miracle of life. And now I invite you to place your hands in front of you, together making a lotus blossom. And as you breathe in, as we breathe in together, raise your hands, your arms, and open your hands and make a lotus flower. And as you breathe out, bring your hands back together, your arms down, and make a lotus blossom. And once again, breathe in, raise your arms, open your hands. And breathe out, arms down, hands together. And let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in. And once more. And let's continue breathing together as we hold silence for a moment.
Today's first reading is The Wellspring of Moral Action by Dr. Sharon D. Welch. The wellspring of decency is loving this life in which people die, people suffer, there are limits, and we make mistakes. The wellspring, then, of moral action is not utopia, not a counterfactual vision, not a declaration that the world could and should be otherwise. Rather, it is a deep affirmation of the joy, richness, and blessing that the world is. The ground of challenging exploitation, injustice, and oppression is not a vision of how the world could be or will be in the future reign of God or after the revolution. The ground of challenging injustice is gratitude, the heartfelt desire to honor the wonder of that which is, to cherish, to celebrate, to delight in the many gifts and joys of life.
"20 years ago, I made a commitment to start practicing yoga. I'd always wanted to take a yoga class. I love movement and I like to take care of my body. It's an especially good time to start for me. Physically, I knew my body needed to stretch and get more flexible. At the time, I was walking marathons and training with a group of women for my 3rd marathon. Yoga was a great alternative form of exercise. Emotionally, a lot was going on. I started a new full-time job, operating a new part-time evening MSW program. And my oldest child went off to college out of state. I needed something, a place to center and prepare myself for the challenges ahead. Part of my new work duties was to teach one class every quarter. My favorite class was teaching communities and organizations class. It was my favorite because it was the first assignment I gave to the students to write about their community. They could choose one of 3 types of communities: an identity community, an intentional community, or a geographic community. I used this assignment as a way to get to know my students better, and it was also a very approachable way to apply community and organizational theory to their own story. There were 2 students' stories that really struck me, and both of them were intentional communities. An intentional community is an organized group of people with norms, ways of being, ways of doing things in a collective manner. They have roles, they have relationships, they have planned interactions, and this all happens between all the members. The student wrote about her intentional community, the choir loft. She described a family life that was very unstable. Her mother also suffered from severe mental illness. She had attended this church off and on for many years. The student loved the people. She loved singing. Her mother agreed to drop her off at each and every week. The student did a marvelous job using community theory, describing the members of her community, their relationships, and how she felt safe with them. If she missed practice, somebody noticed. Rides and encouragements were offered when she needed it most. It was beautifully written paper, and I could so relate. The second student paper was on the community of rugby. Okay, now this is a community I have no information on. The student describes to me the brotherhood of rugby and how they created norms and acts of support of mutual care off the pitch. They would help teammates move. They would help when someone was struggling. They even would celebrate victories and losses with the opposing team. I was extremely interested in this paper. My son is now a sophomore at UW, playing on the rugby team. I watched a couple matches, and all I witnessed was bloody noses, ice packs on shoulders, young men pushing and shoving each other like a big physical game of tag with a ball. One day, the class was canceled because of a power outage, so I decided to drop by my son's rugby practice. Lo and behold, who was the coach's son, at my son's practice? My student, Joe. Oh my gosh. So my son lumbered over, "Hey Mom, you wanna meet the team?" And I said, "I would love to meet Joe." He looked a little confused, taken aback, and I followed my son over to the team. I got to have one of those wonderful motherly moments as I said to Joe, "Loved your paper." And take good care of my son. Recalling these papers inspired me to think about my long-term commitments, my intentional communities, my kulas, yoga, and OUUC. A kula is a practice community. The kula is a group of committed yogis who come together to share a space of love, compassion, kindness. In our yoga practice, we strive to integrate our mind and our bodies and our spirits. There is no competition, only space for cooperation. Everyone has a different reason for being there: to get stronger, to achieve greater balance, or just to be together. To this day, I am amazed that I have committed to my yoga practice for so long, especially as I recall my first class with sweat running down my nose and onto the mat, and the gaps of placing my mat in someone else's spot. Once the pandemic hit, I continued to practice my yoga, my kula, and after the 3 years, yes, my yoga studio closed. Graciously, our instructors started online classes and slowly and carefully started to offer classes in person. Sound familiar? I practice yoga now online, and I can count on my one hand how many times I've been in the studio. I totally get you folks online. I love taking my time, putting my mat onto the floor, taking time to put on my yoga pants. Yeah, I can walk away and get some water. I can take the dog out. It's so convenient to practice from home without judgment. And I'm still part of my kula. I come to the mat seeking refuge from my crazy, busy life. It is time for me to center myself, to have a space where I can set an intention for the day ahead. I get to stop and think, move my body, and it gives me greater awareness of my strengths and limitations. The other long-term community commitment, intentional community, is the 12 years here at OUC. This congregation is an intentional community, and it functions, serves me very well. It's much like my practice. It's a kula. OUC, you are my faith kula. At OUC, we gather on Sunday mornings. We greet each other. We take a place in the sanctuary, hopefully not somebody's place. We come as individuals with individual needs and expectations. At OUC, we seek guidance from our ministers, like instructors, in the way that gives us strength in our bodies. It helps us move ourselves out into the community. Most importantly to me, OUC is my kula because you've made a commitment to practice together. At OUC, we practice patience with ourselves and each other. We gain understanding of what we are capable of doing together. We might not speak to each other individually, but we feel each other's presence. We don't compete with one another or require anyone to be the same. Our practice is based on cooperation, a promise, a hope. We come to lift our spirits and feel good and worthy of this fantastic life. We breathe together. We sit in silent meditation and prayer. We don't sing Om, but sometimes at OUC, we hum and we howl. We set an intention for how we want to move into this world. We strike the singing bowl to call us away from our own thoughts and bring us back into community. We pay attention and enhance our awareness and our compassion for each other and our needs. My first yoga instructor ended each class with the same mantra that I have adopted for myself. May I be free from harm and fear. May I be happy as I am. May I be at peace with whatever comes. I would like to close by sharing this mantra with you, and if you would like, you can repeat after me. May I be free from harm and fear. May I be happy as I am. May I be at peace with whatever comes. Namaste.
Our second reading is from Thomas Hubble, spiritual teacher, author, and international facilitator who integrates the core insights of the great wisdom traditions and mysticism with the discoveries of science. Times of scarcity need to be met with generosity. Times of fear with comfort. Times of uncertainty with presence.
The story that I have for you today is titled When You Have More Than Enough, offered by Dawn Star Sarah's Borschelt. Once upon a time, there was a family. And maybe this family had not quite enough to eat. Or maybe they had just about enough. Or perhaps they had more than enough. You might not have been able to tell. They might not have been able to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you have enough or not. And it's hard not to want more or different things than you have. In any case, this family came together for a celebration, a feast, a time of gratitude. They gathered around a table. There was food, there was drink, there was flowers to remind them of beauty. And then there was a call from the gate outside their door. Hello, we're hungry and thirsty, and we see you have a feast. May we come in? Well, at first the family didn't know how to answer. Who were these people at the gate? Was it safe to let them in? Did they have enough to share? Was there even room? But they remembered. They remembered that most of them had come into this place, to this celebration, from someplace else. They remembered that even they who were there at that table had not always been kind to each other. There had been times when they hurt each other. There were still times when they made each other sad or angry or afraid. There is no way to make life completely safe. They remembered times when others had shared with them, even when the others might not have had quite enough of their own. They remembered when each new member of their family had been born, or came to stay, or married in. They remembered that they had always found a way to make room. And they remembered an old, old saying, when you have more than you need, it is better to build a longer table than to build a higher fence. We have enough, they said. We might even have more than enough. We are many and strong, and we can hold safe space here for all who come. And so they went out to the gate, and they opened it. And they invited in the people who were there. And inside, they pulled out another table, and they made space for these newcomers. They covered the table with a cloth, and the newcomers set upon it a dish full of something fragrant and delicious that was strange and wonderful to those already there. Everybody shared, and there was enough. There are many lessons in this story. The lesson that I hear today is that by sharing with each other, we find the miracle of enough, even more than enough. We can be fearful of scarcity, mistrustful of one another, stuck in old hurts. Yet when we invite each other to the table, when we each bring what we are able, when we share our abundant gifts, there is enough. This is a spiritual lesson in every faith tradition. In coming together in community, there is enough. Whether the story is about loaves and fishes or hungry ghosts, there is a story about finding enough in community. This month, we have been exploring the spiritual theme of commitment as we practice generosity with our stewardship drive. You may be someone who has attended OUC for a long time or for a short time, and you might be someone who's already made a financial pledge. You may be someone who isn't sure about pledging or what this thing is even all about. You may be someone who is visiting here for the first time, or the second time, or the third time. No matter how long you have been here, or whether or not you have made a pledge or intend to, you are here now, and so you are a part of this community. So today, we offer the ritual of a leaf communion. This ritual is for everyone here today, whether you are on site or online. No matter if you are here for the first time or the 1,000th time, you are welcome here. So here on site, we are going to pass baskets with leaves in them. So for as long as the leaves last, please take a leaf, and if you can, take two, because you'll have a leaf for you, and you'll have a leaf for someone online. And for the people who are online today, I invite you to find a leaf or something like it. You might have a leaf that you got in your thank you note from the Stewardship Committee about your pledge. It might be a leaf from outside or a piece of paper that you make into a leaf. Find something that you can hold on to and that you can share on your screen, even if it's not a leaf. Now, for those on site, in a moment, the ushers are going to invite you to come up and place your leaves on the OUC giving tree. One leaf for you, one leaf for someone online. So for just a moment, I want us to send our love to those who are joining us online. Now, I know it's a bit of a disconnect because we can see them up here, but the camera is back there. So in order for them to think that we are looking right at them, we have to look at the camera. So I invite you to turn around and wave to the camera so we can wave to the folks who are online. And they are waving back. For those online, we see you and we love you. May we all feel the connection of community across the internet and throughout this space. Now, over on the window is the OUC giving tree, a tree of life and of love. The tree's roots are the legacy gifts that are given for the long term. The trunk is our recent successful capital campaign. Thank you to all who committed to that campaign. And the leaves and branches, well, They are all of us. We extend our reach to each other and out into the world with the gifts that we share. It takes all of us to make the tree a living, thriving testament to a world that is loving, just, and healthy. You are one leaf on the OUUC giving tree. So I invite you now to hold your leaf in your hand. On-site and online, whatever represents your leaf, hold your leaf in your hand and consider for a moment what it means to you. Give your leaf meaning. It might represent gratitude or belonging. It might represent a commitment or a gift. It might mean connection or growth. Or as Gary mentioned in his recording, you might set an intention with your leaf. What do you want in the world, and how will you be a part of it? So just take a moment to hold your leaf. And if you're online and willing, turn on your camera so we can see your leaves. Now, as we enter into this ritual of leaf communion, let's take in the words of Everett. I'm going to start that again. As we enter into this ritual of leaf communion, let us take in the words of Edward Everett Hale. I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And I will not let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do. So for those on site, I invite you to come forward to put your leaf on the OUU giving tree and the leaf for someone else online. The ushers will help the rows come forward. It'll be okay. Look at that tree. Look at the abundance of our community and the abundance of our tree of love and life. We gather together to create community. We are an intentional community. None of us was forced to be here. We choose to come together for ourselves and for each other. We choose to create this beloved community together. And at the center of our community, there is love. When we center love, we are connected to the spirit within, among, and beyond. We are connected to generosity and courage. We recognize abundance and enough. And as we move into the week ahead, may we be brave in our generosity. May we overcome our fear to build tables instead of walls. Maybe we be present with the uncertainty of the world so that we can know the power of enough. And may love guide our hearts and our hands. Blessed be, and amen.
And let's sing together, shall we? We're going to sing Love Will Guide Us. And as we're going to add a couple new verses, I would invite you just to go off of the screen up here. And that way you'll have all the new verses. And stand or sit, whichever you like. Let's sing together. Love will guide us, peace has guide us, hope inside us, leading the way on the road from creed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard life. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot sing before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. You are like us on a train. What you can give, no other can give to the future of our precious children, to the future of the world where we live. Learn a song of peace within you. Lead the song of peace in your heart. Really, in the harvest, love will guide us on our way. And love will guide us, peace has guide us, hope inside us, leading the way on the road from creed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard
Let's extinguish our chalice with these words from Michael Schuler. If you are proud of this church, become its advocate. If you are concerned about its future, share its message. If its values resonate deep within you, give it a measure of your devotion. Let us bypass the fear of scarcity and move toward a ministry of transformation of ourselves, of this community, and of this world. May we move in peace.
Let's sing our unison benediction together.